It's time for the In the Pits News Truck Series to make its way to Texas Motor Speedway for the first time. No limits here at Texas Motor Speedway because everything's bigger in the Lone Star State. It's time for the Fast Lane 325K. And like I said, the first time ever that the In the Pits News Truck Series ventures to Texas Motor Speedway. I'm Dawson Allen, as always, joining me in the booth, Adam Kuhn, here on JCTV. First things first, Adam, welcome to the booth. Welcome to Texas.
Evening, Dawson. It's exciting. Like you mentioned, the first race here for the In the Pits News Truck Series. I think it will be an exciting one. We're really not sure what to expect, but I am expecting a lot of strong names in the Pits News Truck Series to be at the front of the field, but I don't know if they're going to finish there because this track's very tricky. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and it's going to be very fast tonight. I know that.
And also joining us in the booth this week, Jonathan Parker, fresh off of that run at USA. Kind of a regretful run, I would say, maybe, running that race. But, hey, you ran it, and now you're here. So welcome to the booth. And what are you looking forward to here at Texas tonight?
Yeah, thanks for welcoming me. It's been like a month. It's been a while. Just looking forward to very fast racing tonight. It's a very, very wide open track, at least in one end. And then the other end, it's a lot like that old Kentucky repave, and yeah, it's a very tricky corner, and you're gonna see a lot of people make mistakes there tonight.
Yeah, we still look high above here, but really quick, we're also going to look at the bracket challenge. As we head into Texas, we've got just 4 drivers left competing for this cash prize. You see there, Michael Kruger will face Cameron Caldwell tonight, and Alonso Chicano goes to battle with Justin Durand. And, you know, 2 storylines there. You know, Cameron Caldwell is racing, you know, from a hotel room. He's on vacation, but he's still found a way to get a wheel. He's still found a way to make it all work. And so that's what he is going to do tonight. But Alonso Chicano as well, he will have a battle of his own as he has to navigate through lap traffic, starting out back with an EOL. We'll see what he can do tonight to try to make his way through the field as we get everything fired up and looking pretty ready to go. There we go. So you see there, we got 9 minutes of practice. Tristan Maher right now is fastest in practice. You're here, big group together with some of the other Radius Racing drivers. 2 career wins for Tristan Maher, including earlier this season at Rockingham. And the second repeat winner this year behind Michael Kruger, who's currently the only driver to have multiple wins on the season.
Wow. Sorry. I also have multiple wins in Scrooge.
You don't count. You don't count.
I don't count.
You don't count.
Did I drive in the races?
You're not full time. You don't count.
Dang, cowboy syndrome.
The only full-time driver to have multiple race wins this season. We'll count it that way. Is that better for you?
That, yes.
You act like you didn't want Charlotte, so I figured I wouldn't give it to you. So I feel like that's good enough.
I saw a replay.
Well, anyways, you want to take us through kind of how this turn is, talk about 1 and 2, how different it is compared to 3 and 4. You know, kind of like how you were talking earlier, how it's kind of like Kentucky's reprofile. What it's like?
Yeah, 3 and 4 is like old Texas but repaved. Like, they didn't reconfigure that at all. So with that, it's just very full throttle. And then 1 and 2 they widened out the track, which you don't end up really using it, but they also made it way flatter. So you have to lift a lot more than what you think you have to. And that creates opportunities to pass more so than the 3 and 4 half of the racetrack. And it also gives you more opportunity to tool your equipment, if you will. It's very tricky. But I like it when it's tricky because it makes a lot of fun to watch and create strategies in terms of how you drive the racetrack. And I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, and we'll get to see that kind of play out here tonight. But also, too, the fun thing about Texas is it has caution lights. So, you know, you can have we can see the lights light up yellow on the walls when we have cautions. It's a stupid detail, a very stupid detail, but it's a fun one nonetheless. And it's so important that for some reason The people who made this camera pack have a camera dedicated to the caution lights. Just a fun fact. So we have that camera angle pulled up right here for you on stream.
Oh, we
If
better
you,
get a lot of this tonight.
yeah, we might get a lot of that tonight with Brett 56X Bennett
Please.
here on the racetrack. And then also the scoring pylon. So, you know, when you need to see who's running where, the scoring pylon cam is what you need to see. But speaking of, you know, scoring pylon, the top of it right now in points is the 14 of Michael Kruger. You see him making his way. Somebody's sitting at the turn 4 of the Legends Oval there. But Michael Kruger is the points leader coming into tonight's race. He is looking to improve that point gap that he has right now, 26 over last week's winner, Alonso Chicano. Of course, in the goof-filled race at USA, the goof at the finish being that we missed the finish. In very poor fashion, we missed the finish for Alonso to win it. But Alonso was your winner, obviously. He is the driver that is the Patrice winner. Your Season 2 champion, looking to build up some more momentum, and that possibly is a step in the right direction. He really needed he needed to find victory lane again. It had been since Season 3 at Charlotte on race 3 was the last time that he found victory lane on a big winless dry spell. Finally broke that last night. But that also leaves us still, you know, he's a close. If he wins tonight, he will be the 4th driver to be in a 4-way tie then for 7 career wins, which is the record right now, held by Michael Kruger, Cameron Caldwell, and somebody by the name of Jonathan Parker. I don't know who that guy is. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Cameron Caldwell there on pit lane, sitting on the grid. He will be racing tonight. And, you know, we mentioned his story he's going to have tonight. He is on vacation. He had ordered a wheel to be delivered to him. That wheel never got delivered to him. So he had to go to Best Buy and go buy himself a new wheel to use. I don't know if he's going to try to pull the Brett Bennett bike at Watkins Glen or if he's going to just go for buy it and keep it. Adam is laughing because Adam gets the reference. So we'll give you a little spiel here in this pre-race segment. So, at Watkins Glen for the 6 hours of Glen.
This is a Brett moment of all time.
Yeah, better than last week's 56 incident points. So we were at the 6 hours of the Glen, the big SPLD trip. That's why we were off that week, is because a lot of guys were at the 6 hours, including myself and Adam. The whole, you know, a couple guys from the broadcast booth. Ben Smith was there as well. So we, you know, a couple of us were all there. We were having fun. And Brett Bennett had the masterful idea to buy a bike from the local Walmart and then use it for the weekend and turn around and return it when we went to leave. He barely rode the bike. The bike broke.
He used it once.
And after that, yeah, he used it. It broke on him, and then he stopped using it, and it wound up in a trash can, and it wound up elsewhere. We don't know where it went, but it is in the dumps at Watkins Glen. So if you want to go dig for that bike, you might find it. You might get a piece of Brett Bennett history, but yeah. So I'm not sure if Cameron's gonna pull that with the wheel. I doubt he will. But yeah, Brett Bennett, the user of a one-time bike that he broke as soon as he used it. But Cameron Caldwell doing the wheel with that this weekend. So that clears up that story for you on what that exactly entails. And kind of clears it up a little bit on what that joke was. Get you in the loop on it. But here's the Andrew Elias running on track right now. Back to the truck F-150. That bright yellow Ford F-150 there, rocketing through 3 and 4 behind the 25 of Chicano. He just got by the 33 of Nathan Lehman. Just looking through more names that are joining in here. We got 24 drivers officially in right now, including Tyler Watermullen. He's here. But he is faster than Josh Coppernell, so that's a win for all of us Patriots here. Yeah, looking through the top 5. How about Justin Durand? And here's your stat of the day that I discovered upon looking through the season so far and what we've had. Justin Durand so far is the only driver to win more than one stage this season, having won 3 stages at Homestead, Michigan, and USA. So he's won 3 stages on the year. Only driver to win more than one stage at this season, at this point of the season. So Adam
did not know that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, 9 races in, he's won 3 stages. Everyone else has won 1. So right now, most playoff points belongs to the driver of the number 5, I believe. Actually, no, it would go actually technically Kruger most. Justin would be second highest in those playoff points. But anyways, you get what I mean. Ethan Von Moreno is 3rd on the leaderboards right now. At number 43, Peak Performance Motorsports, Toyota Tundra. So he sits on pit road right now, 4th fastest. Chicano, 5th fastest. It's Kerfan, 6th fastest on the board here, the 31.54. He's been pretty good at these 1.5-mile tracks. Just looking at the rest of the top 10. Cole Snyder is 7th fastest in the number 19. DI9 Designs Chevy Silverado as he puts it into the inside wall to tow. David Durant, 8th fastest in that number 24 machine. Right now, Chevy Silverado. Brett Bennett, 9th fastest in Joseph's and our safety team. F-150 is 10th fastest. Things to watch for tonight. See Josh Coppert over there, Justin Durand. Left out on track. How about Jeffrey Armstead right here? 18th on the speed charts. Coming in at the last second. Gonna see tonight's race. As we approach the end of practice. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just gonna say, real quick that it's great to see Jeffrey Armstead back on track, like you said. Not often we see him, but we have seen a lot more of him this season. He hasn't had the best of luck in his runs, but hopefully things can change tonight. Kind of got in here last minute, so hopefully this little bit of practice time is enough under the belt for 20 truck.
We'll keep our eyes on it. Tristan Maher tops practice. Kruger 2nd. Durand, Justin Durand 3rd. Ethan Fonseca Moreno, and then Alonso Chicano. That is your top 5 at the conclusion of practice. Qualifying is underway, so we're going to see the first driver out on track here. That is going to be the driver of the number 70 BSR Chevy Silverado. That is Roy Crump as he makes his way onto the racetrack. And Roy's kind of had an up and down season as well, comparative to some of the other SBLD drivers.
He's doing a good job getting laps under his belt, just trying to get experience. And, he's like you said, has some ups and downs, but I'm pretty impressed by him so far.
Yeah, he had a 6th place finish at Rockingham a couple weeks ago. A very good finish there, but other than that, it's just been a struggle getting the results. But like you mentioned, Jonathan, he has the speed, he has the consistency, he has the racecraft. It's just other people around him, it seems like, as he gets a little squirrely there. Big time off too.
I was going to say, you mentioned that 6th place at Rockingham. That 6th place was the conclusion of a 4-race top 10 streak for Crump. 22nd at Charlotte after some issues, and then 19th at USA. So 2 back-to-back issues for the 70 machine. He is looking to rectify that this week in Texas. We'll see what he can do. Also, this will be his 15th career start in the Independence News Truck Series. So one of our high points there for one of our drivers making their marquee start. So now looking through Ethan Fonseca Moreno. If he takes the green flag, it will be his 25th career start. Michael Walls will also be making his 15th career start. It's just a few names that are making some marquee starts in this league, but Roy Crump comes home 2nd fastest, or now 4th fastest, 30.497. That is his time. We'll go back and see. Cody McCorkle is on pit road. He was rolling at first. He is no longer rolling. Fonseca Marino tops the boards. Here's Jonathan Canfield out on track.
New paint scheme for him tonight. One of the many JCTV trucks we're going to get to confuse him with here in the fast lane 325.
Well, the good thing is he is driving a white-based truck compared to everyone else's black or blue or yellow-based truck, so he will stand out a little more than the others.
Yeah, but if we get a head-on shot, the blue nose is just going to blend in with everyone else.
And I'm not going to remember who's at which base, I'm going to be honest with you.
The good thing is ATVO has a built-in spotter's guide where it loads in the paint schemes for your drivers to where you can see who is who. Sorry, I used a lot of the time to help me guide me. But Canfield goes fourth fastest at 30.434. Not good to best. The third place, Brett Bennett, a 30.426, but looks like he wound up on pit road after one lap, so not fast enough to get a good one there. So Brett Bennett gonna have to probably just settle for where he's at right now. There's Cole Snyder out on track, making his 10th career start in the Pits News Truck Series, contending for Rookie of the Year this year. I'll tell you, he has had some pretty good runs as well throughout this season.
Yeah, at the end of the Fastlane live show pre-race we just did a little bit ago, Jonathan and I talked about this briefly, that he's been really good at just getting results down. He had 7th place practice speed there, so that's a great start to his night. Let's see what he can do here in this qualifying session. Top 5 in the standings right now as it stands.
Yeah, I mean, looking at his past results, in the last 6 races, 6th, 8th, 7th, 5th, 11th, and 4th. A very good resume for this 19 of Cole Snyder's. Right now, he goes 5th fastest on the board, not able to jump any higher than that, so he'll sit there for now. But Cody McCorkle goes 7th fastest. Joshua Arnold 8th fastest now, as we have just about 5 drivers who have yet to put down a qualifying time. Michael Kruger's rounding for his 2nd lap to be completed, and it looks like that is going to be good for 3rd fastest, I believe. No, 4th fastest, as David Duran knocks him down as soon as he completes his. So 4th fastest for Michael Kruger. David Duran goes 2nd fastest, but it's Alex Kerfan currently on the pole, and with just 8 seconds to go, that is all but going to do it for qualifying. And so with that, we'll take a look at your starting lineup here presented by Mardon Technologies. Starting on row 1, Alex Kerfan notches the pole with David Duran starting to his outside. Then it's Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Michael Kruger making up row number 2. Tristan Maher and Cole Snyder will be sitting in row number 3 with Nathan Lehman and Cody McCorkle making up row 4. And then it's Josh Arnold and Brett Bennett. That is going to be the end of the top 10 here at Texas.
Jonathan Canfield and Roy Crump are going to share row 6. Starting 13th is going to be Jared Wilson with Justin Durand alongside him. Tyler Watermolen starts in 15th with Ryan Bogey alongside him on row 8. Jamie Wright and Hayward Tucker III share row 9. Josh Copano and Cameron Caldwell make up the top 20 starting positions tonight.
In 21st, we got Jeffrey Armistead. 22nd, we got Alonzo Chicano, and he's got the drive-through. Just as a reminder. And then your last row is Michael Walls and Andrew Elias and the truck.
And that's your starting lineup presented by Mardon Technologies. Everything you see on JCTV runs on a Mardon PC. So we'll take a look at your race analysis here for tonight's race. It's 134 laps for 196 miles. Stage is at 34. And the fuel window, I don't know why it just says 4. It's supposed to say 44 to 49. That was the number that was given to me by some of the drivers. I don't know why that did that. I had to double check it and fix it. Whatever. Technology is great.
It's okay.
It's not Mardon's fault. It's Cameron Caldwell's fault. Don't worry. The weather, partly cloudy, and it's an 82-degree track temperature. We'll take a look. Some of your drivers are going to carry us on board with them. Whether they like it or not, honestly, is what is going to be. Take you on board. Brett Bennett, the number 47 machine, like usual. We'll always make fun of him here. And you got Andrew Elias. That truck fire suit there. Shamron Baldwell, number 12, at In the Pits News fire suit. Riding on board Alonso Chicano as well, the Celsius Live Fit on board camera. Finally, we got Cole Snyder, the number 19, In the Pits News trucks on board camera. Well, guys, they're rolling down the back straightaway. Who you got? Who's your pick to win tonight?
Adam, I'll give you the first go.
Well, I'll go with the guy coming from the back. I think he's going to go back-to-back tonight. I'll go with Alonso Chicano. Texas, new track like we keep talking about. I think he's going to shine.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin Duran. He's been fast at these big ovals, starting mid-pack, but he's fast enough. He'll get through the field.
And I'll take the guy that's starting in P1. Alex Kerfan, I say, will be the man to bring it home in the fast lane 325K. So they round the way through 3 and 4. This is the first time ever that these drivers will take on Texas in the Pits News Truck Series. Alex Kerfan, David Rand, the front row, they will lead us to the green flag, and we are racing here in the fast lane 325K. Should have been a note, Brett Bennett, Cameron Caldwell got EOLs for this race as well. They had to start out back, but the trouble is going to be getting through turn 1 first lap cleanly. It looks like everybody's able to maintain it and keep it straight. But now Alex Kerfan leads. Here comes Ethan Fonseca Moreno to the inside of David Rand for second.
Cole Snyder washing up the track a little bit there off of turn 4, going to allow Tristan Mahler to the inside. Kerfan trying to run away with this though up front.
Alonso Chicano, Andrew Elias serving their pass-through penalties as of right now.
Duran holding strong on the outside of Ethan. There in turn 1.
And David got a pretty good launch, all things considering, on the outside lane here. On the initial drop of the green flag against his teammate Alex Kerfan, but he's just, like you mentioned, struggled trying to get clear of this 43 of Ethan Fonseca, trying to stay in front of him, but right now they are both trying to hunt down that 30 trick. They seem to be a lot faster than Kerfan going to the corners. Ethan has a little bit of the advantage right now, though, off of turn 2. David's going to get the huge run up as we see Andrew Elias pull back on the track just ahead of these guys.
That means Chicano is not far ahead either. Alonso's just there exiting, going through the tri-oval, through the dog leg. You can see right there is Alex Kerfan, your race leader. Coming up on Andrew Elias right now. Elias might roll out of the way and let them go. But see, Ethan Fonseca Moreno makes the move for second now over David Durand. There you see Elias going to pull to the apron and let the leaders go. Not going to put up a fight with them because he knows there's caution coming for sure in about 31 laps if he needs it. But also, too, doesn't want to cause any issues.
Durand now poking to the inside of the 43 on the front straightaway, trying to retake that second position as David Durand. As we go back through the field, trying to see Cameron Caldwell as much through the field. Right now behind Josh Capano still.
It's also Harold Tucker the third right there in 20th up ahead of him. He has not really made any spots up since the drop of the green flag. He has been stuck where he started pretty much. No one's really been able to benefit any movement. The only person we've seen make any moves so far looks to be the 7 of Michael Walls, up 9 spots from the drop of the green flag. Justin Rand is up 5. Roy Crump is up 4. And then Cody McCormick's made some spots up. But, of course, some of those spots came from Elias and Chicano having to drop to the rear. You see a battle happening back here. Speaking of Crump and Durand, there they are right there, trying to get by the 33 of Nathan Lehman. Durand to the inside of the 70. This is the battle for 8th.
Yeah, Justin's one of 4 drivers remaining in the bracket challenge, paired up against teammate Alonso Chicano tonight. Of course, Alonso, tail of the field right now, barely on the lead lap, the way everything is running with his EOL penalty and his pit, him serving his pit penalty there from the end of last week's race. But Justin is going to try and everything to get through this field, like you mentioned, Dawson, in the early laps. Having trouble right now, stuck behind Roy Crump in the 70 truck.
Battle for the lead happening up front. David Durand has gotten to the inside of Alex Kerfan, and he is fighting with his teammate for this race lead. wanted to clear up, couldn't quite get up front in front of the 30 truck, so he's going to still be to the inside, still fighting side by side through 3 and 4.
Clean air so important with these trucks at the bigger tracks. David Duran's going to get it there. He fought really hard to get by Ethan and did a great job getting around his teammate there, Alex Kerfan. He'll be able to control the race now, the way run his pace that he wants to.
And that'll be the big factor here, but Alex Kerfan's not content with running second. He's back down to the inside, making the run back on David Duran, heading into 3 and 4 yet again.
Alex is not going to give this up easily, and we see that here. Almost got the position cleared there off of turn 4, but David got the run back using that higher line. It's going to be even there, almost entering the first turn here.
And Chicano is loving this, hearing that they're side-by-side battling for the lead right behind him. 23rd place right now. He is the last car on the lead lap, just up ahead, going through turn 3 right now. So Chicano just needs to hope that either a quick caution comes out now, or they can just take themselves, you know, keep battling it out and not allow themselves to catch up to him, to lap him, so that way he can stay on the lead lap and not have to worry about waving around. This battle has opened the door. Here comes Ethan Von Sakem Moreno and Tristan Maher in the picture. Maher, of course, fastest in practice. Started this race in 5th. He's right there with him. How about Cody McCorkle as well, right there in the background? The number 2 machine. Right along right there in 5th position.
Great run so far. Just mind his own business.
Good clean run so far here for that number 2 machine, but side by side the battle for 3rd. Here comes Maher to the inside of Ethan Von Sakem Moreno. It looks like right now he's going to get it. So you see Radius Racing 1, 2, 3 with Durand, Kerfan, and Maher as they continue to do battle here. The early goings of this race in Texas. David said slightly faster lap times from Kerfan, starting to try to pull away a little bit more. Already starting to get a little bit of fall off. Already 0.5 of a second slower than their fastest lap times they were setting earlier.
Kerfan seems to be starting to struggle a little bit. Just maybe push a little bit too hard at the beginning there. Got his tires a little angry.
It's very possible. I mean, he ran a 30.259 as his fastest lap, so definitely pushed it. So he very likely is just trying to hang on now as he's under fire from Tristan Maher. Now diving to the inside for second.
And Kerfan's just going to tuck in line right there, try to, in between he and the 43. Can't quite do it. Ethan's going to get a huge run off of turn 4 using that bottom line and going to keep Alex on the outside lane. See what happens to you in turn 1. That 30 truck, like you guys mentioned, just falling off a cliff. You can't even stay even with Ethan entering turn 1. Going to try and cross him over on the exit of turn 2, though.
He's not the only driver struggling right now. Michael Kruger is back 8 spots from the drop of the green flag. Started off in 4th, is all the way back to 8th now. So Kruger has been struggling to get it down here in the early goings of this race. Brett Bennett, Jonathan Canfield are down 5 spots as well from the drop of the green, but definitely going to be a learning curve for some of these drivers as they navigate their way through this race tonight. We're approaching the halfway point of the stage. David Duran leading the charge. Tristan Maher now second, trying to see if he can track down his teammate and go for the stage win. Right now, it's all David out front.
Well, the 5th place truck right now, Cody McCorkle, how about him? We don't see a lot out of the two showing up, and when we do, he's always fast. Hopefully he can get a whole race together tonight like he has at Talladega in the past. Just didn't get the results he was so close of getting in those races. But really, he's really caught my eye so far in these opening 12 laps here tonight at Texas because Like I said, we don't see him a whole lot in this league, so it's great to see him up here and running up front with these leaders. He's not too far behind them, only a second and a half behind David Durand as it stands.
Yeah, he's been able to consistently run these laps equal time to the leaders. We got a battle happening for the 8th position. Here comes Justin Durand battling to the inside of Roy Crump yet again. Trying to fight that 70 truck if he can. But how about somebody else who's made his way through the field? Michael Walls up 12 spots for the drop of the green flag. He is on the move forward, and he is continuing to march on. Now he's on the outside of these stage points, being held currently in the last spot by Josh Arnold in the number 22, just up ahead of him.
Yeah, he was all over the rear deckard of the 22 last lap, going through 3 and 4. Thought he was going to get him a little sideways. Didn't do that, but he's just continued to play the air around Josh Arnold through the front straightaway to get to his inside down the back. Now racing with Roy Crump in the 70 now.
See if he can sneak his way inside of that 70 truck to get to 9th as he continues his impressive march forward. Really the only truck that's been able to move through the field. Everybody else has kind of stayed stagnant for the most part. Crump and Durand have been able to move, but not as much as Micah has, as he looks for another spot now on Roy Crump. Side by side, this is for 9th.
The thing with Michael Kruger, he got an EOL, so he's been moving pretty good too. He got an EOL at the start. He's been able to keep pace with Micah.
With that EOL, he's at 12th now, so we'll consider that. But we got a battle for the lead yet again. Here comes Tristan Maher to the inside of David Durand to go for the top spot. Side by side with 3 and 4, easily Maher is going to take the top spot, and David now going to slot back into second. Looks like that stretch of stage winners is going to come to an end here because all 3 of the top 3. No, actually, wait, I lied. I'm a liar. Don't trust me ever. Tristan Maher did not win a stage this year. David Durand has, Ethan Fonseca Moreno has, but Tristan Maher has not won a stage this year. So him winning would make him the 7th different stage winner of this season. But Moreno trying to get to the inside of David, going for second now, is the 43 machine.
That does shock me, but that's also partially my fault. Sorry about Rockingham, Tristan.
Yeah,
I was going to say it was surprising, but then I remembered that, yeah.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Jonathan. The battle about to heat up. Justin Rand going to have Michael Walls hot on his tail.
Surprised to see how far Roy Crump has fallen from 5 of Justin Durand. You mentioned a moment ago how much they had driven through the field together pretty much. Justin really couldn't get around the 70, but he essentially pushed Roy through the field, got a lot of positions made, and once he got around the 70 has dropped a few of those positions back himself, while Justin has only gained 1 since then.
Crump struggling to hang on, now in 12th, under fire from Jared Wilson there behind him as Michael Kruger gets by. Kruger now a second back of what would be stage points there. That's the 22 of Josh Arnold. He has some work cut out for him to get up there. But Michael Walls is right there on the back bumper of Justin Durand. All over his back bumper, trying to get to the inside if he can. Couldn't quite do it, so he's going to settle for where he's at right now. Another driver making moves to the field now in the late goings of this stage. Cameron Caldwell is up to 16th now. So he's been able to find some spots with that Best Buy steering wheel pedals. Jeffrey Armstead following his tracks as well, up to 7th right behind him, leading by Ryan Bowden. But it's still Tristan Maher up front. Ethan Fonseca Moreno still right there with it, though. He has not fallen off. In fact, he's been faster the past couple laps.
We spoke about this way early in the stage, but Alonso Chicano driving away from the field. He's done a pretty good job. He's stayed about consistently where he is in front of the field, 26 seconds ahead of, or excuse me, behind Tristan Maher, only about 8 seconds ahead of him. So gapped the field just a little bit here and able to survive to stay on the lead lap here. presumably for the end of the stage while Andrew Elias can receive the lucky dog position.
Now notice how slowly Elias is still ahead. A caution actually
Caution.
flies. Yeah, oh, it's Roy Crump. Oh,
Oh no.
spun on the backstretch here. What did I say? The 44 had been kind of dropping. He hasn't really been gaining much time, if any. He's just been kind of out back. But you see there, number 70 truck is around. As we're going to take a look at your JCTV replay. Take a look at what happened to Crump. He got passed just then.
Oh no, I don't like the looks of this.
Yeah, he had just gotten passed by the number 83 of Jared Wilson. And the reason why we're saying that is because you see who's in the background right there. Oh!
Well, there's 2. Get the counter started.
Oh,
Add another 2 to the counter. Brett Bennett gets some incident points. Actually, it looks like it did credit him with the full 4. So
Ooh.
Brett Bennett is going to start off on a hot note after last week, setting the record with 56 incident points. Let's take a look on board with this number 47. You'll see right here, bang. And around goes Roy Crump, his own teammate. By God, that's a teammate.
I was about to say, is this lap 29 of a truck race or the last lap of an ARCA race?
Look at the onboard, watch it back from Crump. And you can kind of hear it. I mean, he gets out of the throttle a little bit because he was coming up on Jared Wilson right there. At that moment, I mean, he was closing up right here. You'll see right here, Wilson gets a little loose. Crump had to get out of it, and that kind of just left Bennett, nowhere to go but to dump his own team. And then right there, just the emphasis push to turn him around and send him in for tonight, at least to pit road. So looking through the field, nobody in the top 13 came down pit road. So that is Tristan Maher, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, David Durand, Alex Kerfan, Cody McCorkle, then Justin Durand, Michael Walls, Michael Kruger, Jonathan Canfield, Cameron Caldwell, Jeffrey Armistead, Josh Coppernoll, and Alonzo Chicano. Cole Snyder came down pit road. He's the first truck off of pit road, back in 14th. They're going to try out and see if these fresh tires can maybe go and get them some spots before this stage ends. It's a risky move because we're going to go back green with about maybe 3 laps to go in the stage, but Snyder, Lehman, Arnold, Bennett came down pit road, Jamie Wright, Tyler Watermolen, Jared Wilson, Harold Tucker, all came down pit road there. Andrew Elias did not come down pit road that time. I'm kind of shocked he didn't, but he was a free pass, the lucky dog. So very possible that's the reason why. Now, once to the caution lights. There you go.
There they are.
Look how pretty that. Look how pretty that is. So you get to watch the front stretch as they navigate their way around to really, see those caution lights blinking. But yeah, that is a feature, and of course Phoenix has the cactus, and I think it is programmed in for iRacing and everything. The issue is we don't have a cactus cam, so we may have to revisit that idea next time we go to Phoenix.
Yeah, it's so funny that they have those caution lights there, but Old Texas and Old and New Atlanta don't even have like night lighting. When they've had multiple night races in their entire existence, and they don't have night lighting on iRacing. It's so wild, but they can get the caution lights right on the front stretch of Texas, New Texas.
So it looks like if we do go, this is 5 to go in the stage. So we might get that 3 to green. When we come around, we'll see what happens. If we get the 1 to go and choose this time, that will put us at a 3-lap shootout for the stage. Tristan Maher, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, David Durand, Alex Kerfan, Cody McCorkle, the top 5. But yeah, we're going to be watching as well. Out back, Cole Snyder is 14th. We're going to be seeing what that 19 can do on those fresh tires. If he can move through the field maybe and try to get up there and mix it up for some stage points. He doesn't have a long list of drivers to cut through, but we'll have to see. So they're coming to the choose this time by, I believe. They'll go to the bottom. They'll go to the top. They'll pick and choose what lane they go. You see a lot of guys go to the bottom. That opens the door for Alex Kerfan and Cody McCorkle to pick up some spots on the outside lane. I see some more drivers make their decisions here. You can't really see it well from the starter camera. You see little Barry holding up that caution flag. So we'll try to restack them here and get them reorganized. So it's going to be Tristan Maher and Alex Kerfan in row 1. Row 2, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, Cody McCorkle. Row 3 is David Duran and Justin Duran. It's a Duran row in row 3. Row 4, Michael Walls, and it looks like Michael Kruger. Then it's going to be Cameron Caldwell to the outside, Jonathan Canfield to the inside of row 5. Cole Snyder's buried back in the bottom lane there. So none of the guys that came down pit road are really up here in this front half of the field. They're stuck in the back.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting strategy. It should be good for the second half or the second stage of this race. The only thing is not going to get the stage points, and how worn are they going to be in this little 3-lap stint here?
Yeah, I don't know if any of them are going to try to send it for some stage points or if they just took this to try to cycle back out front at the start of the second stage. We shall see. Field in the hands of Tristan Maher as they head to the Geico restart zone. The green flag flies, and we're back underway. 3 laps to go to determine stage points. Maher with a great jump. Kerfan sliding back into second. A very good choose for that 30 truck to get to second. Now it's a matter of if he can hang on to it. And already I see Cole Snyder's picked up 2 spots. He is trying to send it through the field. Already we're watching this 19 truck. Going to navigate some traffic. Can he pick up enough spots to make it matter? Two to go in the stage. It's still Maher out front. Looking to see Snyder is right there in 11th right now. He's trying. Jeffrey Armistead dropping like a rock. He went way wide in turn 1, out there where you don't want to be. So he is going to drop some spots like crazy, but you see the big stack of the field. Everybody behind David Duran. There's Justin, Michael Walls. Out top there's Cody McCorkle. They're trying to fight for everything they got.
And Alex Kerfan has been side-by-side with Ethan Moreno for over a lap now, side-by-side with the 43 truck, excuse me. 30 is going to tuck in line finally now. 8 waited for that position. He tried retaking there on this last lap of the stage here.
It's the final lap of the stage, and look at this one battling for stage points here. Cole Snyder making the move. He's up to 5th. He's going to benefit greatly from these stage points here, but coming through 3 and 4, it's a 3-wide battle. That's Brett Bennett shoving it in there. Oh, contact around. Justin Duran slides. Tristan Maher, though, is going to win the stage. And Justin Duran through the grass is going to recover. He'll be back to 20th, though, at the back half of the field. But Tristan Maher takes the stage in a hectic finish to the stage here at Texas. We'll take you on a quick look at that 3-wide move by Brett Bennett. This is kind of on the back straightaway here. They're all fighting. Fresh tires are fighting for positions as much as they can. Right here, Bennett gets in 3 wide.
And as this is happening, you can see the fight for 4th. Cole Snyder drove all the way up to 4th to get stage points on those fresh tires.
Yeah, they were able to make it work. Now, trying to look at I'd almost say Bennett was kind of put in a bad spot. He didn't do anything wrong. He was trying to hold his line and wound up just on the short end of the stick. So really quick, we'll take a look at your stage results. Tristan Maher, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, they'll cycle through quickly because we couldn't do it because we couldn't get accurate scorings for our drivers. But only one driver stays out. Josh Arnold staying out. Going to lead a lap here because of it. Tristan Maher, of course, was your stage winner. So we'll let him cycle through his pit stops, and then we'll see if we can get a hold of the driver of the 69 truck.
Hopefully we will, but just saying, Dawson, he's had his mic muted the entire race so far.
Well, we'll see if we can get a hold of him anyways. I mean, no point not trying. That's
Well,
for
and
sure.
I'm not saying we're not gonna try. I'm just letting you know beforehand, just in case it
Setting me
doesn't
up
work
for
out.
disappointment is what it is.
No, I'm just setting you up for the disappointment. Yeah, not for disappointment, for the
For
disappointment.
the
So really quick too, I got an update from Cameron Caldwell. He said, "I am at my parents' house. You very bad word, dummy." I hope his parents.
whoa!
I may have influenced that. Sorry.
I hope they really get mad at him and they ground him and park him for the rest of this race, so that way we can see a change in the bracket challenge. We'll look at the bracket challenge really quick. Michael Kruger, Cameron Caldwell are the two battling on the top side of the bracket. Currently, right now, it is Kruger and Caldwell 15th and 16th right there next to each other. Then it's Alonso Chicano and Justin Durand who are 18th and 19th right there together as well. So it's going to be a tight battle between those two groups. But yeah, Cameron Caldwell's at his mommy and daddy's house. He is not on vacation, technically, sort of, quote unquote. But he does have a loaner wheel from Best Buy. That is the joke we are making here. So, Adam, what do you say we try and dial up our stage winner, Tristan Maher?
How you doing, guys?
You gonna talk to him now?
I said you dial him up, but I'll talk to him.
I am?
Yeah,
Okay.
I said you dial him up. What are you
Okay,
talking
alright.
about, Adam?
Sorry. Hi, Tristan.
How you doing,
congrats
guys?
doing well, and not as well as you winning that stage. But what's it gonna be like with this another split strategy he'll call?
It's gonna be a little sketchy. I think the guys that stopped before the stage to get fresh tires probably pushed really hard to get as many spots as they can. So we definitely have the advantage on tires here. I think a lot of this is going to be tire preservation because you just get looser and looser as the run goes on, so the truck gets pretty difficult to drive, especially in traffic. But yeah, overall, stage was good. Started 5th, worked my way up slowly after saving a little bit, and got the stage.
Yeah, so real quick, that battle between you, Alex, David, what was that like, you three, all teammates, racing for the lead and trying to negotiate a little bit of lap traffic there with Andrew and Lonzo just ahead of you?
It's an interesting dynamic, honestly. I feel like when all of us are racing around each other, we try to give each other a little more respect. And it just kind of makes the racing a little bit scarier, per se, because if you make a mistake, then you obviously wreck your teammate. But yeah, it's interesting. The lap traffic was nice. I know, I think it was Andrew got out of the way for us, and Alonso was just faster than us, so we'll see what happens.
All right, well, congrats on the first stage win of the season again, and we'll be watching you try to work up through this field here.
Thanks, guys.
Well, that was Tristan Maher, who we did get a hold of. Sorry, Dawson. And he is going to be restarting, like we said, a little bit deeper in the field in the 6th position. He chose the inside lane, though, so they're going to be 5th on this lineup.
Yeah, you kind of threw me under the bus and said, Adam, why don't you dial him up? And you asked
My
me
bad.
to do it. Adam, I'm letting you do this.
I missed that part. I'm sorry,
I'm letting
Dawson.
you do the stage interview, and you're trying to throw me under the bus. Here we go.
Okay.
So,
Hey,
Josh,
we're side by side.
yeah, we're side by side.
I hate
Josh
it when Mom
Arnold.
and Dad fight.
I wonder if Cameron Caldwell is feeling the same way right now. Josh Arnold, Harold Tucker, your front row. Arnold choosing the high line here for this restart. There's the second lane, Brett Bennett, Cole Snyder. Third lane there is Tristan Maher in that number 69 truck. Outside of him is Nathan Lehman, who is on that alternate strategy, so we'll see how it pays off. The Geico restart zone, Josh Arnold launches, and the green flag is out. We're back underway here for the second stage at Texas. Arnold, Snyder, and Lehman, a great launch all together to get 1, 2, 3 around Harold Tucker. Dropping to 64, back into the 4th spot. Now at the hands of Brett, 56X Bennett, getting to his inside, going for the 4th spot.
Yeah, that start for those guys, I thought they might have costing themselves some positions. They went a little bit wide there off of turn 2 that last time by, but they all made great position down the back straightaway, able to clear themselves as we see big time dicey moves here. Michael Kruger gonna block Michael Walls just a little bit there in the corner just ahead of these guys.
Corporal had issues. He drops all the way back to 14th there in that group. But you see here, Harold Tucker gets sideways. Wow. He saves it. Jamie right behind him, trying to get by him. Can't quite do it right there on the left rear. They're 3 wide entering turn 1. Jamie Wright is driving aggressive, trying to get by him. David ran to his inside. And through all of that, we somehow stay nice and straight, keep it clean, and keep it green. And Harold Tucker continuing to drop back, continuing to struggle now as that 64 fades quick. Battling on the outside, he is now in 12th. Battling Canfield now for that spot. Canfield to go to the inside and take it from him. So drop him back to 13th since the drop of the green flag. Battle up ahead. Michael Kruger gets by Alex Burfan for 7th. And that makes the top 8 single file now. Just for a little bit, Brett Bennett's up there. It won't stay single file for long, that's for sure, with Brett Bennett in the mix. He's got Tristan Maher on his back bumper, stage winner. And behind him is the 43 of Ethan Fonseca Moreno as they do battle here. Down the back straightaway.
Yeah, this is the furthest back the 43's been all race, but Ethan Fonseca Moreno is side by side with that stage winner, Tristan Maher. Let's see if he's going to be able to get ahead of him and see if he can try and leapfrog him on the strategy a little bit here. He's got a good run going into turn 1.
Heading to turn 1, he's going to get clear, but look who he's going to bring with him. Here comes the 14 of Michael Kruger now making move to the inside, trying to get by at 69 and go for the 6th position. And now Moreno goes to the inside of Brett Bennett. A dangerous move to do. You see they're tight racing right there with the 47 and the 43. Moreno now to the inside of Lehman as well. He's going to try to pick off a bunch of cars here and go up to 3rd now. And that's what Moreno will do. Talk about your guys there is also too. Harold Tucker dropped a little back to 18th now. Right now, it looks like 1 car out of the race. Jared Wilson in the 83 is out of the race. Roy Crump is 23rd. Andrew Reliance 22nd. Josh Copperdoll 21st out back. He's just slow. Don't worry about him. But looking out there as well, Justin Durant 16th. Lowe's Chicano 15th. Cameron Caldwell 14th. Not sure if this is a strategy call to just save tire and just kind of wait and ride it out, or if this is just a case of they can't pass anybody really too well, so they're just out back right now. While Michael Kruger, the only other competition they have in this bracket challenge, is currently mixing it up for a top 5 spot. So here comes Tristan Maher inside of Nathan Lehman. For 5th, Michael Wall is going to follow suit. Now a battle between Cole Snyder and Ethan Fonseca Moreno. This is for that 2nd spot. Moreno with those fresher tires. Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, those fresher tires have really cut into this top 5 faster than I thought it would. I mentioned when he was able to clear Maher. You mentioned it. I mentioned when he was able to start the battle and go side by side, but he just blew right by Cole Snyder, Nathan Lehman, and like you mentioned, bringing Michael Kruger right with him through every step of this fight through the field, and now he's only 2 truck lengths behind Joshua on, maybe a little bit more now through 3 and 4, but Kruger is right there tucked up behind the 43 as he passes Cole Snyder now into the 3rd position.
Kruger's not letting this 43 get away. He has been right there with him. This entire stretch, he has just stayed consistent with him. He continues to move forward. Another driver dropping back. Brett Bennett all the way back to 9th now. So that alternate strategy, it paid off for stage points in the short run, but the long run, it's just really not been enough. As now Michael Kruger goes into the inside of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. This is for 2nd. inside of Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He's going to take the second spot. So now Michael Kruger looking to march to the front and get to that top spot. Side by side back there, that's Michael Walls battling for the fourth position with Cole Snyder. Got Tristan Maher and David Rand behind him on the inside lane. Looking to make moves to the field as well.
Maher looks really unstable compared to everyone he's racing around. See him very wide there off of turn 2, while David Duranda closed up a lot on the rear tailgate of that 69 truck. See what David's going to be able to do, searching around the track now, running a little bit wider line through 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's a good call out. He definitely looks not as comfortable as he did in that first stage. In that first stage, he just kind of looked in control, and maybe just caught a little off guard by all the dirty areas in right now.
See, Joshua Arnold had an issue. Looks like bobbles down the backstretch, going down there to the bottom almost for a second. Kruger and Moreno chomping into that lead of his, quickly gaining on this race leader here.
Josh Arnold's doing a good job hanging on, though, on those older tires. It's not easy to do, and the fact that they haven't quite got to him yet is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, Kruger's definitely searching around the track right now, Jonathan. I think he is faster. Well, we know those tires are faster than Josh Arnold, but that lead that Josh Arnold has is starting to dissipate because Kruger is flying right now on the tailgate of this 22, and all the work Gunn's put up is about to go out the window for the time being.
Right there on him as they get ready to heat it up and mix it up for this top spot here. Michael Kruger to the inside and Josh Arnold going for the race lead. And he's going to do it. Arnold's going to pull up to the top side, get plenty of room. Here comes Moreno down to the inside. Michael Wall is going to follow as well. Tristan Maher, David Durand, all right there in the mix. Looks like they're all going to push forward and get by this 22 machine. So those little tires are finally going to wear out. Here comes Michael Walls down to the inside, and Moreno battling for second.
Aggressive as usual. he's making it work, though. That's his style. He's had a great charge from the back.
Now here comes Maher trying to take advantage of this. Shuffle the 22 out of the way, see if he can capitalize on some of that more clean air. As a side by side just ahead of him, that's not going to help, but he is a little bit closer to the field. Doesn't have David right on him as much anymore.
No, he's got the gap between himself and Durand, who makes the pass for the 5th spot on Josh Arnold. As Walls gets by, here comes Ethan Fonseca Moreno back to the inside as the battle for second continues to heat up. Walls going to try to block him. Walls is going to keep him at bay for now.
Oh, you love Micah. You're so lucky.
Yeah, if that's a couple of other drivers, I don't think that same situation happens at turn 3 though. That was very, very aggressive and very bold.
Somehow we made it work. But up front, it is the 14 of Michael Kruger, as he leads this field heading towards lap 60 here at Texas in the fast lane, 325K. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take you on a quick side-by-side break.
Hey man, you cut me off back there. What you gonna do about it? Oh man.
Can you feel it? The taste of Coca-Cola. When the race is
Alright, fine. Are we good? We're good.
AMSOIL runs on freedom and has since 1972. We changed the industry by formulating the first API-qualified 100% synthetic motor oil. The rest of the market has been trying to follow our lead ever since. But a head start is a head start. We punish our products firsthand in our world-class laboratories and beyond. Because some things can't be learned from a test tube. Run with us.
Fly the blimp, too much hot air. Race announcer, same thing there. Wouldn't get a word in with you know who. Just get down on the track and do what you do. Slide down in my seat, pull the belts tight. Get up on the wheel and let the dust fly. Napa know how. Napa know how.
So what you got in that loader, Tony?
Just did my mail run, Chase. 3,100 pounds of letters from the best fans on earth.
You have this many fans.
Yes.
You sure some of this isn't hate mail?
Nope. All fan mail.
This one's about weight loss.
That's not mine.
It has your name on it.
I'm a popular guy.
It says VIP membership renewal.
Not cool to read other people's mail, kid.
This isn't fan mail.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
So, Ginny, what makes you an awesome different driver?
Well, there's a lot to it. Man, it's a rush. So what makes home selling with OfferPad awesome different?
Oh, so much. But with OfferPad, it's a lot more home selling stuff and a lot less bumping into people.
I don't bump into anyone.
Home selling with OfferPad is awesome different. Request your free cash offer today at OfferPad.com.
Man, we're door to door. I have the better car, fresher tires. I drove it in deep, and you missed it. I know you wanted to watch it, but you got throttled by your data plan, and it slowed you down. You hit your data limit streaming all that techno music, didn't you? I mean, really? Man, you've got some questionable taste in music.
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
Oh, wow. You're Kyle Busch.
Yeah. Hi.
And that is the new Nas Rowdy drink?
That's it.
Can I get a picture?
Sure, yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Get rowdy.
As a Grand Prix world champion in triathletes, I know how important it is to stretch before any competition.
I also know it's important to stretch. Mobil 1's advanced technology lubricates our engines.
Yes, that is true.
And my joints.
Oh my word.
Soda cookies. You want one, Jensen?
Welcome you back here to the Fast Lane 325K. It's Michael Kruger out front, but he almost lost it there on the exit of turn 2 as we get back up to our race leader. It's a battle now between himself and Ethan Fonseca Moreno as we come close to the halfway point in this event. Michael's just going to have to play it safe. A little safer than he has been there, as now Moreno's right there on the back bumper. He's on the tailgate of the 14, going for the race lead. Ooh, David Duran had an issue there. Either he had an issue or Maher got the wall. I couldn't tell which it was, but Duran to the inside of the 69. He goes to 4th now. as they continue up front. The top three breaking away from Maher and Duran, who continue to fight for that spot.
And we mentioned Josh Ono dropping through the field once he got passed by the leaders, but really he hasn't dropped anything once he got passed by the lead pack. He's in the stick position right now, about half a second ahead of Alonso Chicano, who we noted during that break has made his way through the field a little bit from rear of the field, of course, on the start, stage one by himself the entire time. And then we see him in between Josh Ono and Cole Snyder right now on track, trying to hunt down that 22 truck to go into the sixth position.
I mean, we mentioned it first. It seemed kind of off-brand for them to be stuck out back, sitting out back, but Chicano has marched through the field. Justin Rand 11th, Cameron Caldwell 12th, so they've been able to march through the field. And, you know, we see that with Chicano being the leader of that charge. He has found his way a little bit further up in the pecking order, but still got a little bit of ways to go to get to the race lead. Seeing if anybody's kind of any battles brewing. So Lane has been dropping back. He's currently back to 15th. He is trying to fight his struggle. Hang on to get close to those pit stops they're going to need to make here soon enough. Been 37 laps since we last saw action on the road. He's got pressure still. Ethan Fonseca Moreno right there. He's trying to put pressure on the tailgate. Kruger is continuing to dominate though, and you see up ahead lap traffic. I believe that is the 70 all the way front. Currently 22nd on track. Last car on the lead lap, obviously the damage from earlier. As that semi truck slow, you can thank Brett Bennett for that. Just to check on the counter for you folks at home. Looks like the Brett Bennett counter is at 5 for tonight's race. He's keeping it nice and clean. 10th place right now. Only 5 incident points, but still plenty of race to go for him to add on to that total.
Well, you say that like that's nothing, but Dawson, he gained like 25 in the last 15 laps alone last week, or whatever the stat cam threw out this week. It was absurd amount in the last handful of laps at USA.
Oh, for sure. And also the other fun fact about it, with that happening, he is now the record holder for the most incident points of all time here in the Pitts News Truck Series. He took that crown from David Durand. And David was in that race last week, and he also had a good amount of incident points, but Brett was able to overtake him. Brett somehow, some way, found his way to beating the driver of the 24 there and taking that top honor. So for once, Brett Bennett's number one at something here in this league. I noticed Ryan Bogey out of the race as well, 23rd place. So it's 2 drivers that have DNF from this event so far. Don't know if it's a case of they wrecked out and had too much damage, or if they just couldn't handle the taxation that is racing at Texas. Likely could have been the second one. I wouldn't blame them.
I think I'm going to do the second.
So we hit lap 79. That is for me. That's my number 79. It's great. It's the best number.
No, we're a couple away from a really good number.
I wonder what that number is.
I'll tell you what, though, I'll just talk a little bit about the racing. I kind of feel Ethan's pain here a little bit, because this is what I felt at Charlotte. And when you're just this close to someone, it's almost impossible with these trucks to really get any move done. And you really, with this setup, it's probably not as bad because it's loose, but you do wear your right front a lot more. And it's just so hard to make a move. And this track, there's not that many grooves to peek your nose to get air on the nose like you saw at Charlotte. I was able to go to a completely different line to get a run on Michael. But Ethan, he's got a few feet to work with, so I do feel his pain.
How about that run there? Alex Kerfay just got by the 22 of Josh Arnold on the outside lane. He was able to get by the outside through the inside, so a different move there. Got that 3 truck by the 22, which I got to imagine Arnold's bound to pit here at some point. He's been out there for 52 laps now. He's got to be running low on fuel here. Going to need to pit in the coming laps, I would say. He is a little bit over the window we estimated, but very likely could play a factor. You see, he's trying to hold off Brett Bennett and Justin Duran, the two behind him right now. This is for 9th. Arnold going to the bottom lane. Bennett's going to use the top, see if he can do what Kerfan did and get around him on the outside.
These guys are shutting me up about this being a
Bennett got the wall! It's a 0x, don't worry, but
Oh, man.
Dab burn. I wish it was 2x.
It's going to open the door for Justin Duran to follow behind the 47, getting by Joshua Arnold. Jeffrey Armistead right behind them as well, going to try to do the same. And I'll make a deep cut reference here because, you know, not many people left really remember the days of the Juggernaut Truck Series. Jeffrey Armistead ran that race as well. He had a really good run in that race. I had a really good run going in that race until I got Matt Baker. But Jeffrey Armistead had a good run, a good finish, as did, I believe, Dalton Kelly. They were both able to score top 10 in that race. I, on the other hand, was wrecked out thanks to Matt Baker. So shout out Matt Baker for taking me out of that race.
Talk about deep cut. I don't even know who Matt Baker is.
Exactly. See, that's exactly. You know, not many people left here remember Matt Baker, but those who remember Matt Baker, they know who Matt Baker is. You know, I think the people that remember him, obviously Brett Bennett's going to know him. Jeffrey Armistead knows who that is. Michael Kruger might remember him too. I don't remember if he was before Mikey ran those Juggernaut races. Anybody that ran the Juggernaut Truck Series, if they hear the name Matt Baker, they'll know who you're talking about. But right now, battle is for 9th. Here comes Justin Duran, back by and clear of the 47 of Brett Bennett. And right ahead of Brett Bennett now, he can see 2 trucks that he has caused issues to this race. So you got to wonder if that's going to affect his psyche a little bit. It's Justin Duran in the 5 and then Roy Crump in the 70. He has messed up both of their races at some point in time. But you got to wonder if he's thinking about that or if he's thinking about Jeffrey Armistead in his rearview mirrors. Finally, it looks like Josh Arnold is coming down pit road. Indeed, he is. So 55 laps is how long he was able to make it with those caution laps counting. So we'll see how far Michael Kruger can make it. You see there Harold Tucker going to the inside. He is 2 laps down, going to be 1 lap down after this. He came down pit road not too long ago. So he's got some fresher tires than the race leader. He's going to try to shoot by and take that. Tyler Watermullen also on pit road. So that's some good stuff's happening here. Looks like Brett Bennett coming down pit road as well. So there's going to be the first one to blink. Might start this cycle up here. So we come to lap 87 this next time by. My brain's too tired to do that math, but I do believe that is 50-something laps, about 50-ish laps to go. So it's right about on the money.
With all these strategies, guys, the blend is going to be very important. We see this all the time, especially here on GCTV, where people on alternate strategies just find their paths into each other. Some guy on fresh tires is running the normal racing line. Guy on worn out old tires is just trying to hang on to his truck and racing his own race, not really realizing there's a guy flying right by him, and it can lead into some really big collisions and lead into dramatic situations in these races.
Yeah, it's a thing in real life too. You just gotta be aware of your surroundings and lean on your virtual spotter.
You gotta hope that he can guide you through everything that comes your way, whether it be the normal spotter or, like for me, the check it out spotter pack. It depends on who you got in your ear. Michael Kruger coming to pit road though. Race leader is gonna dive in. It looks like he had some issues slowing it down. David Durand, Alonso Chicano gonna follow suit. Looks like Alex Kerfan as well diving to pit road. So we got some takers here Coming to pit road now from this top half of the field, so that's really going to bring him down now. As Ethan Fonseca Moreno stays out the extra lap to lead. Moreno, Walls, Snyder. Looks like going to come down pit road. Cameron Caldwell, Tristan Maher, Nathan Lehman stay out an extra lap. The top 5 stay out, so Maher, Caldwell, Lehman, Canfield, and McCorkle, but they're going to be coming here soon, and I would imagine, yeah, right here. Here comes Tristan Maher. Going to slow it up. Easy does it.
Yeah, it was pretty warm coming to the pit road there. This is another situation, guys. We got a lot of trucks on pit road right now, so be careful entering your box and stuff.
Cameron Caldwell and his parents' Wi-Fi to pit road. Only one truck stays out this time. It's Jonathan Canfield in the number 16 truck. There's JCTV colors adorning the 16. He's going to stay out the extra lap. See if him staying out this extra length will benefit him in any way, shape, or form. He all alone on pit road pretty much, though. That's the only benefit is he has an easy on a pit road. Nobody around him is going to be making any difference. So we'll see how this shakes out. But right now, still Michael Kruger will be your race leader. Ethan Fonseca Moreno still right there behind him. But third place looks like it'll go to Tristan Maher for now. David ran 4th. And Alonso Chicano is back to 5th. Looking to see who was 5th, who was 4th, or no, numbers are hard to remember. Who was with the top 5 coming into pit road?
Michael Walls lost a lot of time.
Michael
I don't know
Walls.
why.
He is
Probably sit through his box because it sucks, but
probably, it's not right. He is 7th right now on track.
Cole Snyder is also way like 3 seconds back from where he was.
In 9th place right now, but you see here Michael Walls is Brett Bennett and Alex Kerfan around him. Michael Walls had 42 seconds on pit road in total, so he had a slow roll down pit road compared to the 38 seconds we see from a lot of the other guys. But he is battling with Brett Bennett for 6th. So this is a dicey situation. So you got a movable force and an unstoppable object between Bennett and Micah.
Guess who was right? Me. He slid through his box awfully. Like, it was hilarious to watch, honestly.
Sounds like something Brett Bennett would do. And he might have done it. Bennett finding Kerfan 4th and 7th spot as they continue to battle here. These 3 trucks right in this group for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now here comes Ethan Fonseca Moreno to the outside of Michael Kruger.
We've seen the momentum stay up there if you can get it rolling the right way. I don't think it's going to stay right there for Ethan Moreno, but Kruger got very squirrely there on the inside just a little bit. It's going to keep the momentum going for Ethan into the back straightaway, but he's going to tuck in line again in 2 and 3 here, guys.
I think he just wanted to get away from the side draft there, and it really worked out. Able to keep the lead there.
Tristan Maher to close back in.
Watch out, because he's got a few lap fresher tires than these guys, and that does matter, I promise you. Just even if it's 2 or 3 laps, that does make a difference.
Not only that,
later on down the line.
he ran 4/10 of a second faster than Michael Kruger the last lap prior. Tristan Maher is on a mission.
Dawson, shoot your eyes. The next truck they're going to catch, Tyler Watermelon. I think he's going to be okay. He's out of the way, but it could be an issue for some of these guys, the timing of when they catch him.
He goes way wide in the corner. If only he did that at Juggernaut at Texas, that would have been nice too. But he didn't do that for me. With the top 3, throw him under a blanket. Maher now in the picture with Moreno and Kruger.
Yeah, Tyler did a good job there, but just the timing of the way he remerged onto the back straightaway, he was side by side with Tristan, so I wonder if Tristan could have done something there differently if he didn't have that outside lane held up by Tyler Watermelon, but he is still going to push the button here, go around the outside lane of Ethan this time, tuck back in line. He's just weighing all the options here around Ethan Fonseca Moreno.
He's all over his back bumper right now. it right there. Maher is right all over the back of Moreno. Kruger's trying to pull away, but just can't quite escape it. They're all right there together. Nice, tight, and compact as we get ready to approach lap 100. So we're getting ready to hit this three-way battle for the lead right now. What do you say we turn our volumes down a little bit, you know, make Gus go quiet? What do you say we turn it up? Big Texas, turn it up. Turn it up. A battle for the lead has led to a new leader on track as Tristan Maher took the top spot away from Michael Kruger and is starting to pull away from the second and third place trucks. Just 30 laps to go here at Texas.
Previous one, oops, sorry.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
The previous run didn't seem to go his way. But he played it long on that run. He stopped a little later. I think that's starting to pay dividends at him.
Yeah, he has been able to gap these guys just a little bit more than what Michael Kruger was able to do on that last stint when he had the lead. He was not able to gap Ethan Fonseca at all. He had constant pressure, but it might have been a little bit helpful from that lap traffic. I don't think so, because it still really hasn't closed down that much since Kruger was able to clear him. But it's just been about half a second and maybe a little bit more depending on which end of the track Maher hits better. It seems to be like the 69's found a stride yet again. Like you mentioned, that not so fast in that last stint.
He's working on it now. I I see, for some reason, very slow lap compared to the rest for Will Snyder for some reason. I don't know why. He's flashing it like he had an issue. I don't see any issue he would have had. Unless to say the issue is behind him, which is possible.
He's always coming.
He's always there. He's always right there. It's also see the mind for a minute right here.
It's hard to say.
He's just always in kill mode, and that's just the issue we have. It's the Joker style helmet, that big smile. It's terrifying. Seeing that rearview mirror would make me crap my pants too.
That big of a smile is pretty ironic considering the way he's always up on the radio too in these races.
He's never happy. Who knows?
I need to find a way to get him chat banned from iRacing.
Oh, I can't be that hard. Just he queues up all the time.
He said something that's broken the terms of service. No. Here comes Cameron Caldwell, though, to the inside battle for 11th. Now getting by this 47 of Britt Bennett. Still only 5 incident points for Bennett so far. Good race going for him. Caldwell will take the 11th spot for now. Bennett trying to fight back on the outside. Can't quite make it work. Bennett, of course, pitting a little bit earlier than everybody else, so that's going to cost him in the tires a little bit more. We'll see throughout the rest of the field. So Bennett back to 12th, Caldwell up to 11th, and you see the battle for second still ongoing between Moreno and Kruger. That's starting to let Maher pull away just that little bit more. Moreno to second. Now looking to set his sights on the race leader Tristan Maher. Moreno was slightly faster that last lap.
Jonathan, we talked about this a little bit before the stream started. Ethan Fonseca Moreno and Michael Kruger, they're in voice chat together right now tonight. They're not teammates anymore, though. They were beginning of the season. Things happened between another one of their teammates, and Ethan has since joined PPM, and he continues to keep a strong relationship, though, with Michael, and these two continue to be pretty competitive amongst each other on the racetrack, of course. They have almost always mirrored each other when they were teammates, and continuing to do so like tonight. They've just been almost stuck together on the racetrack in these long runs.
I don't think there's any hard feelings with Ethan departing. At least that's what it seemed like last week. Everything was all good. We were trying to keep our composure during a 22 caution race, just giving each other laughing. But yeah, so they're always kind of like glued together at the hip there. They are always with each other, like you said, and they're both very talented race car drivers in general, not just truck drivers. So fun to watch them go to battle.
Yeah, the reason you mentioned that too, I mean, Ethan Fonseca Moreno looks to battle starting Tuesday at the duels for the Slide Job Racing League with Peak Performance Motorsports taking the place of Noah Mayuri on that team. That's what Ethan's been brought in. He has been signed on to that team, of course. He's with Dylan Moore, Kate Nackings, Dayton Cruz, among others. Those guys were ready to battle coming up on Tuesday for the duels for the Slide Job Racing League. Set the field for the iRacing 2020. That is this Tuesday here on JCTV. Don't want to miss it. It's going to be a fun one. Right now, it's still been steady. It's not really been much of a gain or a loss for Maher. I mean, he's stayed within 7 to 8 tenths of a second. 7 to 8 car lengths. Truck lengths, I guess, you should say. Over Ethan Fonseca Moreno. There's no gain or loss as much. As you see right here in the corner, Ethan will get up to about 6 tenths of a second, but it'll just kind of fluctuate back and forth in favor of Maher. He'll stay out front and just get to his half. So they make their way through 3 and 4 now. Towards the end of this race, but I'm a fire because that time by Moreno had 2/10 of a second faster lap. So Moreno is coming.
Ooh, Maher looked like he got a little sideways there off turn 2.
Struggling a little bit more. He is that 69 truck. It's Moreno to reel him in. He's got him hooked like a trophy fish, and now it's just a matter of not breaking that line and reeling him in. Still faster. That last time by was the 43. Both drivers have wins this season. Maher winning at Rockingham, Moreno winning in a crazy finish at Iowa. Kruger back there in the background winning at Daytona and at Watkins Glen. A win tonight would get him that $100 bonus for the Triple Track Challenge. If he can do so. It's just a matter of if he can actually do so. Back in the background here, David Rand just got by Alonso Chicano for this fourth position. And of course the bracket challenge. Looking at it, Kruger 3rd, Chicano 5th. They are ahead of Justin Rand and Cameron Caldwell. Justin is 9th, Cameron Caldwell is 11th, so they're not going to be a factor in this unless we get a late restart. As we hit the 15 to go this time by, Maher is still hanging on to a 4-truck length lead, but Moreno is trying to pull him in.
And Kruger continues to fall off this lead battle here. He just is slipping off further and further. Every corner it seems like just a thousandth of a second behind these guys, and these two continue just to match each other just a little bit in terms of the speed around this racetrack right now, Dawson, because Ethan Fonseca Moreno, every time he gains a little bit, it seems like it neutrals out for about a lap or so, and then he starts gaining just a little bit.
Yeah, it's been kind of back and forth. It's tug of war between these two. Moreno chops in a bit, and then Maher is able to maintain. Then Moreno chops in a bit more, and then Maher maintains. But right here, we're under the 0.4 of a second mark now. It's 0.38, and still closing as we hit 13 laps to go. Moreno is on pace to catch him here in the next couple laps, coming to about maybe 6 to go, and 43 will be there. Maybe sooner because he is definitely pushing the issue. Battle for 7th. Jeffrey Armistead just got by Alex Kerfan. They are now battling side by side. Crossing it back over, now going to get back to the inside of the 20 truck. Still though, Moreno reeling him in just that little bit more. Up ahead will be the 44 of Andrew Elias, the next lap truck that lies in wait for these leaders. Moreno lost a bit of a chunk there that last time by. Still side by side here down the back straightaway. Kerfan trying to drive it in there on the inside of the 20 truck. Way up top there in turns 1 and 2.
Oh wow, that's really wide. He's going to lose a lot of momentum here down the back straightaway, I think.
Actually, no, he's not. He's going to gain. Yeah, no, I was going to say, use the top lane, it can work. And it worked for Armistead. He was able to get out in front of Alex Kerfan there. And now Michael Wall's making a move on Alonso Chicano, who's continuing to drop through the field.
Yeah, we've seen it work quite a bit tonight, but I thought he went a little too wide there and it was going to be a detriment to his run through the corner, but that was very impressive, getting by the poster like that.
Back up front, still 0.35 is the gap as they approach 8 laps to go. Moreno still right there with Maher. He hasn't gained enough. He's gained maybe about, a couple hundredths of a second, if even. Not been enough to really factor in anything, but you can see he's starting to try to run the top lane a little sideways on the corner exit. Moreno trying anything he can to get up to that 69 truck.
Yes, once you get into that 3 to 4/10 range, it's so tough. Be right behind him, get a run on him.
That looked like more than a little slide Dawson. It looked like a Texas drift, I'd say, the way he was just trying to get off turn 2. But he's still right there. He didn't lose a lot of time from that either, if any.
He lost just about maybe a tenth of a second. But you see here the run. He's going to get off the corner. A huge run for Moreno. He's now within 0.3 of a second. What I say about him catching with maybe 6 to go? Well, he's right there. 6 laps to go. Troubles in the back. Jeffrey Armistead got loose on the corner exit. He's dropped back to 9th now, and he is slow on the racetrack, but we're going to stay green. Armistead back to 10th now, passed by Cole Snyder. You see the battle for the lead still within just about 2 truck lengths. Moreno is driving it in deep in the corners, trying to get to the back of the 69 truck if he can. 5 laps to go when they hit the stripe. Elias gets out of the way. There's still more lap traffic ahead. I believe that's the 0 of Jamie right up ahead. Moreno's still there, ready to fight with the 69 Tristan Maher. He is within a car length. He's going to the outside. Right on the back bumper there of the 69 of Maher now. He'll go to the inside. Maher blocks. Moreno gets down to the bottom. The door's open. Moreno gets in. 3 wide for a second. Moreno going to try to clear. He will. New leader, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. 3 laps to go. What can Maher do now on the offensive?
Jonathan and I noted this earlier about how much he struggled in the dirty air, but that was deep in the pack. He seemed to be pretty confident getting through the field. To see an issue for Cameron Caldwell, he slipped back to 14th, 21 seconds behind the race leaders as it stands, coming to 2 to go.
He got loose off of 2 and I think might have hit the wall even. He is wicked slow there in the back. 2 laps to go though. It's still between Maher and Moreno. Josh Coppernol is up ahead. Justin Duran gets by Outs Perfan. It's going to put a tight battle here between Chicano and Duran. They are right there. It's going to be a 3-second gap. Chicano's going to have to hold that off for at least one more lap. The white flag is out one final time here in Texas. Can Tristan Maher do anything to get by Ethan Fonseca Moreno? Higher line. Maher's going to try to drive it in, but it's not going to work. The second driver to score multiple wins of the season, running for points, is going to be Ethan Fonseca Moreno. He wins the fast lane 325.
Very impressive win, driving through the field like that late. Being in the mix all night, of course, guys, and just putting it to Tristan Maher in the last 5 laps and getting the job done just with 3 to go, being able to clear him and getting a very impressive win here in Texas.
Yeah, he never quit. He just kept plugging at it. He was able to just kind of be like a surgeon, just so methodical about it. Get by Tristan and Mikey to get the win.
Ethan Fonseca Moreno brings home the victory tonight. Pass with 3 laps to go. And that will be his second win this year. What a drive by that 43 to get by him with 3 to go. Just take a look back really quickly at this one.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
There it is. I don't know why it went all the way back there, but let's get back here. This was the pass for the lead, and ultimately the win coming to 3 to go. Maher just tried to block, couldn't block enough. The door was open. Moreno got to the inside and was able to put the power down the bottom lane and get by him. You know, what did Rick Allen say? Ethan Fonseca Moreno turns left. Something to that effect. So Ethan Fonseca Moreno putting it in victory lane here tonight. We'll take a look at your post-race results here on JCTV. So, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, eat that bear, comes home first. Tristan Maher, a valiant effort, bringing it home second. And Michael Kruger finishing third. David Rand fourth, and Micah Walls rounding out your top 5 there. You see Alonso Chicano sixth. He was just able to hang on and advance next week. Justin Rand coming up just a spot short. Alex Kerfan, Cole Snyder, and Jeffrey Armisen bringing home his first top 10 here in the Pits News Truck Series. See Brett Bennett 12th. Cameron Caldwell with the issues there dropped him back to 17th at the end of the night. Tyler Watermolen somehow finishing 20th. Don't know how he did that. And Roy Crump, Will Tucker, and then you see the 2 DNF, Ryan Bogey, Jared Wilson. Those are the drivers that were unable to complete all the laps here tonight. So, JP, what do you say we let you dial up the driver number 14, Michael Kruger?
Yeah, Mikey, this is JP up in the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, JP. What's up?
Yeah, you had a very strong day. Just kind of fell off a little bit on the last run. What more did you need to be with the 69 of Maher and the 43 of Ethan?
I just need to be better at everything. I mean, Tristan, he had the tire advantage there, pitting 2 laps after I did, and I just pitted. I just pitted too early because I was low on fuel, and that just allowed Ethan and Tristan to kind of have a bit of an advantage on me tire-wise, and yeah, it's kind of disappointing for third. I mean, I thought I kind of midway through, I thought I might have a good chance at it, and I just squandered it. I thought. So, I mean, it's still a pretty good run, but it wasn't good enough. I felt like.
Yeah, obviously a little disappointed, but big things is that you're racing for money next week. At Martinsville. Tell me how you feel about your chances there and the bracket challenge. Racing for I don't even know how much money it is. Dawson, you could correct me. I don't know how much it is, but you're gonna be racing for some big money. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to be racing for some money. I guess I'm racing against, I think, Alonso.
Chicano, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be an easy one. He's pretty solid short tracks. I mean, we saw what happened at USA last week with him winning. I mean, I imagine that it'll be no different with how he'll perform at Martinsville. He's going to be tough to beat. He's a very strong competitor, and it's kind of ironic a little bit that we're both facing each other because we're 1-2 in points, and and we're just the two guys that are fighting for money and everything. So
I'm sorry.
I'm just I'm just hoping that things don't boil over between us fighting for the money. But I'm looking forward to it, fighting for the $75 pot, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and hoping to bring it home next week.
I'm just worried about the rash of cautions. That's probably gonna happen, but I'm sure you'll find a way. Y'all put on a great show for it, and congrats on your P3.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Or up, John. I got.
Wow, Josh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm over
No, you're good.
But yeah, I just gotta thank like my mom and dad for watching this. A little disappointed I couldn't bring home the win for them. Just wasn't good enough there to take the win. I guess there. I just made mistakes. Crawling all the way from the back. Gotta thank my teammates, Josh and John, Nathan Canfield. And congrats to ETB on his win tonight. I know like how much it kind of meant to him to win, like after Iowa, how he just kind of won that style, and how ETB got to win one, like just like naturally, like with how it played out. And I know he's pumped for it, and excited to win. So congrats to him on the win.
Thank you, Michael. You have a good one.
Thanks, Jonathan. You too.
That's your third place finisher, Michael Kruger.
Well, Tristan Maho, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Ended up being a second place finish tonight, Tristan. We spoke to you on the stage break, of course. Seemed confident about driving through the field. You did so. You had the lead late, got by Michael Kruger, but ended up being racing with Ethan Fonseca Moreno there in the last stint. What was that like with 14 and 43 trucks?
It was good. I feel like I was in fifth when we went to pit, and I feel like I gained a lot of time on the pit stop. But I think that I executed my stop very well. I got into pit road very good. Really good pit road time overall. Then I knew that I had to push hard when I came out of the pits because I had to get into the draft of the other two. So it was a battle, you know. I had to push hard to get in the draft. Once I caught him, I definitely could feel my tire advantage of even just a lap. And then towards the end of the race, I hit a couple lap cars, I didn't hit them. Let's make that clear, okay? I caught a couple lap cars, and then I think the dirty air really got me there. I was enjoying my clean air for a long time, and I don't know what happened. Like once I hit the dirty air, it felt like my right front just fell off a cliff. And I made a mistake coming off of turn 2, and that cost me like half a second. And once he was close enough in that draft, I just really couldn't do anything. My right front I don't know where it went. I felt like it fell off the truck.
Well, it's unfortunate in terms of your battle for the win with that. You ended up, like I said, taking home the second place finish. So what was it like trying to make it there to the end, just knowing how many laps were left and trying to keep that right front underneath you?
Well, that's the thing. I think, like when I was in the clean air, it didn't feel like my right front was. I didn't feel like I was hurting my right front. I didn't even notice that I was doing anything wrong or hurting my right front when I was in clean air. I only felt it in those last couple laps when I caught the lap cars, and yeah, I don't know. I couldn't turn into turn 3 anymore, and that I couldn't. I had to get off the gas a lot entering turn 3, and that really slowed me down all the way through the corner. And then just the mistake I made coming out of 2, probably with like 5 or 6 laps to go. I had to get out of the gas because I was tight. I was going to hit the wall. So I had to get out of the gas, and that allowed Ethan to get right up close, like probably 0.3 of a second. And once he was that close in the draft, I couldn't drive away from him. And it made it to where he got good runs coming out of 4. Yeah, it was intense. Definitely fun racing with Kruger and Ethan there at the end. They're good racers, you know. Ethan's a super clean racer. There's really nobody that I'd rather have final couple lap battle with.
Well, who do you have to shout out and thank after this second place run tonight, other than the competitors on the racetrack?
I do want to shout out the entire field. I thought it was a good comeback from having a lot of cautions last week. We didn't have very many cautions. Got some awesome green flag racing this week. And then obviously got to shout out my team: Kim, Alonzo, Alex, David, Justin. Fantastic team, Radius Racing, C2 Graphics, Cam painting the truck, making it look good. You guys up in the booth. I'm always super excited to go back and watch the broadcast. You guys are pretty funny. I watched the Fast Lane show and I was laughing, chuckling at the soundboard stuff. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Well, I agree with most of that. That's great to hear, Tristan. Best of luck next week in Moundsville. Hopefully it's the same as the cautions, but I don't foresee that. Good luck next week.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You as well. That was our second place finisher tonight, Tristan Maher in the 69 truck. And now we head to Victory Lane.
Yes, indeed. Eating that bear tonight. Ethan Fonseca Moreno comes away with the victory. A great run to the end and able to capture your second career victory. First off, congrats, Ethan.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was a tough race. Well, you know what? I was battling with Michael. I thought he would kind of make it easy for me, but you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm cool with it. You know, we raced hard. I had fun. So yeah.
Well, the start of the race, you were really mixing it up with everybody early on, but once we got that longer green flag run and the pit stops came through, it became a 3-horse race between yourself, Michael Kruger, and Tristan Maher. At what point did you really think you were going to have to really pull out all the stops to get out in front of both of them?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking about like that stuff. I was just more concerned about my tires for the long run, trying to see how much slower I can go, and then let them come back to me, and I'll go past them. But um, that was pretty much what I was doing that whole time. But no, yeah, I don't have much else to say. I'm speechless right now.
Yeah, I mean, you were able to time that move right on the 69 with 3 to go, able to get by him. But, did you kind of get a little hairy there? Because he did throw a block there trying to keep ahead of you. It seemed like that maybe kind of make you think twice about that move.
Oh yeah, no offense to anybody, but uh blocks like that for some reason it gets to my head a little bit. But so that's why I went a little bit deeper into the corner, try to go to his inside, and um yeah, it worked. I'm surprised that he gave me the room. I thought he would have kept coming down, and I was eventually ready to back out of the move, but I'm surprised it stuck right there, and yeah, what ultimately won me the race.
Yeah, and you were able to get by. That is your second career win now. What are your thoughts after that? You know, able to score that second win now. It was a matter of time for the first one, but now that second one comes in here pretty close after. What's that feeling like, leading into the playoffs, getting ready to go run for a championship?
Yeah, right now my mind is like all over the place, so I don't really know what to think. It hasn't like fully like processed, but yeah, in that VC, I was screaming. I was screaming like crazy, like whoa, But um, yeah, this is good momentum. Good 2 races back actually. Went with a P2 finish and now to a first place finish. Maybe that peak performance thing is giving me really good luck right now, but yeah, good motivation for sure. Good confidence booster as well, because Oh boy, it's been rough, but yeah, good way to come back.
Yeah, you were able to pick it up and get that victory. So, who do you want to shout out? Floor's yours, first place here. What got you here to this win tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank the PBR guys again for letting me in their VC. It's good to have communication with those guys and work with them to work against everybody else in the field, and yeah, have good finishes like this with them. Especially Michael. We worked really well together to try to pull away from the pack there, and eventually I had to pass him. So, but that's just part of it. So, yeah. But
Alrighty, that was your race winner here tonight, Ethan Fonseca Moreno, scoring career win number 2. Congrats again, Ethan, and go eat that bear.
Thank you.
And after that, that leaves us with another race in the books. As mentioned too, the bracket challenge. We are at 4. We are down to 2 as we look at that grid. Michael Kruger bringing it home third. He best Cameron Caldwell using that Best Buy wheel that he had to buy today. He was running close to the top 10, had an issue late, ended up dropping to 17th, so he is eliminated. And then Alonso Chicano, Justin Duran, it came down to it at the end. But Alonso was able to hang on in a 6th place finish to do it. What do you say, Adam? You want to talk to the driver of the 25 and see what his takes are on how that race went for him and being able to go battle for that prize at the end of the rainbow?
Sure. Alonso, we saw you serve that penalty on the opening lap, of course, and fight your way back up through the field once you got back to the second stage. So my first question is, what was stage 1 like for you?
Kind of boring for the most part. I was by myself. I had clean air and I was, making a little bit of distance on the leaders. Started out with only 3 seconds of distance by the time I got out of the pits, and I was able to keep my distance, make a little bit of gains, just running by myself in clean air. But until that caution, it was kind of boring. I was hoping something would happen, and honestly, I was surprised. Only like I haven't seen the replay, so from what I'm told, only like one person was involved in that caution. But I was hoping maybe a few others would have some troubles to gain me a couple more positions, but it definitely wasn't easy. Didn't get anything handed to me this race. We fought hard, and overall, it was a good effort.
Yeah, once you got back back with the pack, racing through the field, you were just kind of hanging out for a little while. Dawson noted that you were just riding around with Cameron for a little bit, and then you started making up positions, clicking them up one by one, and then got up to Justin, got around him, and continuing to drive through the field. So, was the bracket challenge in your mind at all when you got to him? And what was the drive through the field like behind the wheel of that 25 on the long run when you were able to get the thing going?
Yeah, well, to answer your first part of that question, it was a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I did want to finish ahead of Justin, just to have that little bit of pride afterwards. But yeah, getting through that field was no easy task. It was very tough. And I did want to hang out and save tires, conserve my tires. But after a while, I was like, man, like we're not going anywhere. We're losing the main pack, and if we just continue doing this, eventually my tires are gonna wear even more, and I'm gonna be stuck behind these drivers. It's gonna be even harder to pass because it was already hard to pass, and it was only gonna get harder the longer you go into the run. So I figured, screw it. Let's just try to get some positions and try to be patient. And it was a little bit scary trying to get through the field there, especially with some drivers like Brett Bennett who were on a little bit older tires, and of course they're always gonna be aggressive and be hard to pass, not make things easy on you. So just trying to be smart on taking my runs and not being overly aggressive, but just basically what I was trying to do the whole time was getting getting a run off of turn 2 and get under people, and basically once you're under them, I was able to make the pass eventually, just staying on the bottom. So we made up a lot of positions, and I felt like my long run pace was really good. Even after battling so much throughout that first part of the race, I was able to make up a lot of positions, and even still, I felt like I was faster than I'm not sure about everybody in the top 5, but I felt like I was faster than at least some of the people in the top 5, the ones that I could see. So yeah, just felt like we had good speed, and just got maybe a little bit too confident on the last run because we did use up our tires a little too much. We could have finished probably 4th, but I let David get by me, and then just being stuck in this dirty air, he got into the wall, and I was just right behind him. I followed into his tracks, and we both got into the wall, and then let Micah Walls catch us. So could have been a little bit better of a race, but overall it wasn't bad. Walk away with the top 10.
Yeah, 6th place finish, but more importantly, advancing to the finale of the mid-season bracket challenge next week at Martinsville Speedway. Who do you have to shout out and thank to get you here and battle for this big prize next week against Michael Kruger?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all of our partners and sponsors that we have on the trucks. I'd like to thank everyone in Radius Racing, all my teammates. Shout out to Cameron Caldwell for his efforts in racing here this weekend, going through all those roller coaster of emotions, just trying to figure out if he was going to be able to or not. Shout out to Grid Network, In the Pits News, Mardon PC, Not Famous Racing Apparel, Habaneros Mexican Grill, everyone who supports us. JCTV, shout out to you guys for doing what you do every single week, and letting our friends and family see what we do. And shout out to my girlfriend, obviously, as always, for watching, and everyone else out there who is still watching now.
All right, well, congrats again, Alonso, on the good run tonight, and good luck next week in Martinsville.
Thank you.
And so that does it pretty much for us here. I mean, Adam, Jonathan, what were your thoughts at the end of that race?
Really exciting though, that battle between Ethan, of course, and Tristan Maher. I didn't think it was gonna end up being that way. I thought Tristan had the field covered there in the last stint, but Ethan really surprised me at least, and did like I said when he took the checkered flag, a phenomenal job, just putting himself in the right position and never really putting himself in danger racing the 69 truck. He knew what the limits were, and even with the 3-wide move around, I believe it was Jamie Wright, that was just super calculated, and he did everything almost perfectly there, and maybe if perfectly, because he ends up with the checkered flag tonight, and in doing so a great way.
Yeah, he just never really panicked, just stayed calm behind the wheel. And I always preach to him that you got to do every little thing right to win these races. And he didn't beat himself today. He just stayed calm, took the runs at the right time, made all the right moves that pushed the issue. And a certain 7 car chopped him a little bit going into 3. And maybe that actually mentally prepared him a little bit, even if he doesn't realize it. Maybe prepared him for when Tristan kind of pulled the same move on him for the win there. And just did such a great job. And good job for Tristan Maher, because he was behind the 8 ball beginning of that getting really of that last run there, and was able to make up that ground with a smart move to go a little bit later, got the lead, and just made a couple of mistakes that cost him. But overall, they put on a pretty good show.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic show for sure. I mean, it really took getting to the last couple laps of the race, but it was a fantastic run by Ethan Fonseca-Moreno to get by the number 69 Tristan Maher to get the win, and earn his second career win here tonight. So with that, that does it from us here at Texas. Next week, we are going to be heading to Martinsville. Oh God. Martinsville awaits our drivers next week, where we'll see Michael Kruger and Alonso Chicano. How fitting that the 1 seed and the 2 seed are the ones going to battle for the $75 midseason bracket challenge presented by Grid Network. Be exciting to see how that plays out. See who can snag it. Will it be Michael Kruger? Will it be Alonso Chicano? So we'll see how things shape up. Of course, Martinsville next week. We know how chaotic Martinsville can be. Jonathan Parker can attest to it, as can I, as can just about everybody that's raced there. So be ready for a show next weekend. But also, too, we've got more racing. That's not the only thing we do here on JCTV. We do plenty of other races. Coming up next week, next Tuesday, it's the duels for the iRacing Not Funny 250 for the Slide Job Racing League. Don't miss it. You don't want to miss it because it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very entertaining. And then after that, it's going to be the NAOR DI9 Designs. They will be racing at Phoenix this upcoming week. So just be ready for that one. That should be an entertaining race to see. Jonathan Parker looking to go win that one in his quest for another championship in another league. Jonathan, you mentioned earlier you don't like Phoenix, so how are you feeling heading into this upcoming Friday?
Yeah, just gotta get mentally prepared, really, because yeah, like I said, I'm not too big of a fan of the track, but I'm not terrible there. So it's a 750 pack of shit, so I'll enjoy myself and enjoy racing with those guys. Those are great people. So
You just got to last longer than you did at the fairgrounds, that's for sure.
I probably won't because I suck. But
So, well, that'll do it from us here for the Fastlane 325K. Congrats again to Ethan Fonseca Moreno for snatching the victory at the end of this race with 3 to go. He gets by Tristan Maher en route to victory. I want to thank you for tuning in, as always, for Adam Kuhn and Jonathan Parker. This is Dawson Allen signing off and saying so long. Have a great rest of your night.